I call it into order. Can you join me in the sleeping pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're skipping on through to consent agenda. Are there any questions, or Brad, do you have anything to add to the consent agenda?
I do not. Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion? Not on.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion passed 5-0. Nothing under old business, so we'll just jump right into new business. Right?
Yes, so under our reallocation of funds, currently, I had Dawn and I went through that today, and so, or Dawn went through that today, I went through that on Friday. She came up with about $142,000 that are available in ARPA funds that we have currently. All of that is allocated towards the aquatic park. With the 2025 budget being passed, there's a few items that we would like to purchase. with ARPA funds that need to be cut out of that 2025 budget. One of them is $40,000 for a sewer camera, and the other one is $12,750 for tap machines for the water department. Either one of those two items could come in. I expect at least some tap machines for sure coming underneath that mark, and we very well did the sewer camera as well. But I think those are safe numbers for those two. And so I'm asking to reallocate $40,000 in ARPA funds for a sewer camera and $12,750 for tap machines for the water department. And that's going to be used for a lot of the lead line replacement that we're going to have to be doing. And that would leave about roughly $90,000 available for upgrades, for aquatic park upgrades. That right now is what that's allocated for. And so I'm just asking that we reallocate those funds for the sewer camera and for the tap machines. And I just would like to, we have until December 31st of 2024 to reallocate these funds. And these funds have to be spent by the end of 2026. So we're on a time crunch to allocate the funds, and we need to get these funds spent as well.
Well, I make a motion that we reallocate the ARPA funds to include the purchase of a new sewer camera for an estimated cost of $40,000 and tap machines for the water department at an estimated cost of $12,750.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to reallocate ARPA funds. Any further discussion? None.
All in favor? All opposed?
Motion passed 5-0. So then that brings us to the next one, the electric tapping machine. Dom, I think that's you.
Good evening, everyone. I was talking to Brian Smith, and every year they have to replace, and now the lead and copper, they're gonna be replacing a lot of lines. That tapping machine is just laborious. It is. That's the only word I can use. And I'm getting from the water department guy. This one, they're gonna stay ahead of the lead and copper replacement with this plan. And this machine will help us get more taps done in a day. Like I said, I got with the water superintendent, Brian Smith, and he just said this. And then it should come under, like he said, in the 80-something hundred instead of 12,000. But he said this will be some of the public works guys that worked on tapping a couple weeks ago said that old tap is just, he said it's a lot of labor.
The old tap machine is it predates my employment here at the city of Hiawatha. It has some problems. I know that on both of them, they have problems with the shaft. The shafts it hangs up, so it doesn't come out of the main properly. That causes problems. Just from my experience, I've seen that firsthand.
So I recommend that we buy the electric tapping machine for the water department. And
Do we get bids on it, or is it, where?
We would get bids on this, and so I would recommend that we go out for bids for these. And this will actually maybe replace 2 tap machines. This will allow us to do live taps up to 2-inch. So we don't have to shut down anything like that. But yes, it has to go out to bid for
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to go out for bid, purchasing a water tapping machine for the water department.
A or 2? You said 2 tapping?
they're actually.
Are you okay with that?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to go out for bid for the 2 water tapping machines. Any further discussion? Not.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion passed 5-0. And then Dominic, you're up for the sewer king.
Okay, since 2007, we have not had a camera. I was on the job the last time we used that camera in 07 in Whiting when it died. Me and Ron Merchant Jr. were together. I can think of multiple times we could have used a camera. Just last month, we rented a camera. It didn't have the pan and tilt like we would like. But it did show us some problems that we had no idea we had. Root problems. And we found out that all this boring, some of the stuff, well, we know we bored through a couple of water lines, or we haven't, and the most dangerous one, if the gas line ever gets through a sewer line, I mean, us running the sewer jet through a gas line, but the big part is we believe that camera will be useful as a big part in preventive maintenance. Not only could it be used for sewer lines, we could use them in storm drains too. This equipment would pay for itself in that regard. A camera alongside the sewer jet would speed up our operations. And let me see, the sewer camera roughly that we're looking for that would have a pan head on it, about 200 or 300 feet of push cable, like the one Commissioner Lindor, if you saw us with that a year or two ago, would be roughly around 40,000. Obviously, we'd go out for bid for this. And KDHE is going to require us to do a quarter of the town a year. It's coming for maintenance and inspection, which, I mean, we've just needed a camera. Why? I'm speaking for Bruce and myself and the other sewer. We needed a camera, and I please recommend we get a camera. And thank you for allocating the ARPA funds to get a camera this year instead of killing it for next year. I appreciate it.
You have to go out for bid on this?
Yes.
Well, I certainly would recommend that you go out for bid. You make a motion on this. Well, I'd like to make a motion proudly, since I've been wanting you guys to get a camera for at least over a decade. I highly recommend that you go out for bid for a camera in your departments.
I'm excited for the sewer department to get a camera. I was excited to get a new sewer jet. But no, I'm excited for these guys.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to go out for bid for the sewer camera. Any further discussion? Not.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. So Brad, are you Stacy Jasper?
I am Stacy Johnson tonight. So on the Bishop Center entry doors, our current doors that we have, our entry doors for the Bishop Center are not ADA compliant. And in 2022, we did go out to bid for compliant doors. The bidder back out of the project, and we never picked that project back up after that. And so we were looking at what we have left in this year for the CIP money in the Fisher Center. And after it was pointed out to us that the doors were not ADA compliant, we thought that this would be a good use of that money, you know, to reallocate some of that CIP money towards this project. And so I would ask that we go out to bid for ADA compliant doors at the Fisher Center using a CIP money that was budgeted for the Fisher Center this year, or for the Parks and Rec this year.
Just the front and back doors both.
I believe that it was only for the front doors. Is that correct? My understanding was originally it was just for the front. We could do both.
Get an option price for the back door too.
We could do that.
Might as well.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to go out for bids for ADA compliant doors for the Fisher Center.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to go out for bid for ADA compliant doors for the Fisher Center. Any further discussion? No.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion passed 5-0. Spending money right in line.
Well, the Fisher Center,
That's been that for a
that's,
while.
yes, it has, it's,
So
glad to see that, yeah.
Brad, you wanna hit the Parks and Rec truck?
Yes, I have the Parks and Rec truck too. So in 2021 and 2022, HPNR has previously gone out to bid. And in 2021, they awarded the bid to New Valley Motors, and the truck never came in. This was during COVID, and so that was just a time where, truck parts were hard to come by. In 2022, they awarded the bid to Hiawatha Ford. Same type of situation. We've awarded this bid twice, both times who we had awarded to had to back out because of inventory problems. And so we are asking at this time, once again, to go out to bid for an HPNR truck. And one of the big reasons why is currently we have Parks and Recreation staff. They use their own personal vehicles. I would like to get away from that and use city vehicles. That way we're not paying mileage, anything like that. And so that's part of my reasoning why I think that this is very important. Once again, this is going to be in some of the projects that have come up. And so there were a few projects under the Parks and Rec that were budgeted from the CIP for this year. One was the pickleball courts. That's kind of what we're using for the ADA compliant doors of the Fisher Center. This would be for the floor at the Fisher Center itself. The gym floor has that crack in it. There's been some talk about refinishing that floor and doing something different with it. $50,000 was budgeted for that this year. I would say that we use that money to go out to hopefully purchase a new truck. That's where that money's coming from, as far as what my thinking is. And like I said, I would just recommend that we go into bid for a new truck for the Parks and Rec department.
What's gonna happen to the tennis courts if they don't do the pickleball courts? All those courts are getting pretty sad shape.
They're all getting in pretty sad shape, and so we need to sit down with UFC 415 and figure out what the future of those courts are going to be. We had a previous agreement with them that we would kind of split the cost of the maintenance of those courts, and we need to sit down with the UFC 415 and get together with them and figure out what our direction going forward is.
Do they still have the tennis teams?
They're looking at adding it this year.
Okay.
Somebody gonna,
I don't know any more than that.
Well, back to the trucks. Can we get back to the point of our discussion here? Here I go again. Has anybody ever looked into the pros and cons of leasing or we've never seen on paper why we can't have like a fleet of police cars, a fleet of trucks, whatever we need, as opposed to buying them. It may help the budget, it may not help the budget, but can we at least have it in front of us as to what it would look like if we did that?
Yes, that's something I can do.
I'm not saying that it will help or it won't help, but sometimes leasing is not always that bad. If maybe if you could come up with a set of numbers. How many trucks we need, how many police cars we need. I know Mickey would prefer to own the police cars, but then we have to, are we getting enough when we sell the old ones? Oh, I thought you were in favor of,
I don't have a preference either way, ma'am.
oh. Okay, well, I apologize for that statement. Yeah, it may make sense, as far as helping the budget, and it may not, but if we could see it in front of us, dollar and cents, maybe.
What are they using? I mean, do they need a brand new truck?
In the past, when we went out to bid before, we did have the option out there for a used truck. And I would say that, here, we could have that option in there again.
Just, they're not leaving town, they're not, they're just moving around town, and you could probably get something with a little more miles on it, and, I mean. I wish that we would have just used one of the Jeep Cherokee that we're selling on Purple Wave or something for $4,000 or $5,000. That would have been a really quick option to just take care of this instead of spending $50,000 on a new truck.
I mean, I think earlier up here it said that before they were looking for a new and barely used truck, so I guess I just looked at that as new to them truck. If we can get a decent used truck, I don't think they'll.
Oh, I'm not opposed to them getting it. I mean, this is, I'm asking you to do is in the future, near future. Before something else comes up, but I'm not opposed to them getting something now by any means, because they need it. That was just a suggestion.
Do we have any other trucks that we can pass down by chance or not?
No, none that are in any good shape. I know they're using the old Dodge Dakota that it was with the water department some years back, but it's in pretty poor shape, and honestly, it probably needs to go more than anything, but. We don't have anything that's really serviceable. I mean, a lot of those trucks are pretty worn out.
Says that it's been in the shop for the majority of the summer. So I'd like to make a motion to let go out for bid for a new or barely used truck for the Fisher Center Parks and Rec.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to go out to bid for a truck for the Park and Rec. Any further discussion? If not, done.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion passed 5-0. Moving on to communications, Brad, is there anything that you wanted to?
No, we just, under communications, we just have the chamber newsletter and the August fire events.
Commission have any questions about those? Okay, how long do you need, Brad?
5 minutes.
I'd like to make a motion that the city commission recess into executive session in the conference room for a period of 5 minutes to discuss matters regarding the issue of potential city personnel. No, non-elected personnel, that's fine. The justification for closing meetings to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel. The open meeting will resume at 6:01 in the commission chambers, and to include the commission, the city administrator, and is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Move to second. Any further discussion? Not.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion passed 5-0. At 6:01, the city commission is called back into an open meeting. The commission took no binding action during the executive session. That was a motion. Is there a second?
So,
Moved and seconded, Don?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes 5-0. Moving on to governing body comments, all I want to add is to encourage people to come out to Maple Leaf Festivals this Saturday, I believe. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a neat event, so I hope it'll be well attended. So, Brian, do you have anything?
I do not.
Dave,
I have nothing.
Evans,
I do not.
Tony?
Oh, good, I have two things. First of all, at the last meeting, I was talking about all the staff downstairs in the administration offices. And I just want to make it perfectly clear to them and to the public that I was not talking about them. All of this started the hiring of new secretaries. I will call them secretaries instead of their real positions, to make it shorter. All of this started before they were hired. This started years ago. This started back when Bill Collins was mayor. And I was asking questions then and never got an answer. It started when a lady was hired temporarily. It was temporary part-time position, I believe was how it was. And then it just blossomed from then. These gals that are down there now walked into the way it is. They didn't know what it was like when there were 3 people downstairs. So this was no reflection on them. I just wanted an answer as to why. I did not go to Dawn because she didn't know. She wasn't here then. I didn't go to Brad because he was with the water department. He didn't know what was going on here. But I just wanted an answer from somebody. And I searched and I searched and I got my answer. I got my answer. But I just want everybody to know, especially the girls, gents, and especially you, Dawn, had no reflection on them. This happened years before they were hired. but I did get an answer. And then I talked to Dawn. And she told me what was going on, what each individual lady did downstairs. And my God, they are busy. They are swamped. So if any of you know me, when I've done something wrong, I'll admit, I'll be the first to admit it. And I feel down deep in my heart that I hurt some feelings, and that was not my intent. So I feel like I have to apologize, not only to the ladies downstairs, but to the community, because I'm afraid that maybe I gave everybody the wrong opinion of what I was searching for. I just wanted an answer. Just like I want an answer on the trucks. Show me. Just that I just asked a question, show me. So I hope that if I've offended, if I've hurt anybody, that you can forgive me, because it certainly was not intended that way. I promise you it wasn't. If anybody wants to talk to me about it, I'm more than willing. You have my phone number, you have my address. Call me, come see me, I'm there. And with that, we have the greatest team ever, and they're hard workers, and I love them all. So, next thing I have to say is to talk about yard signs. They'll be going up shortly. And, you know, I'm a tightwad. I think I proved that by how I feel about the budget. I always say that we have to take care of the city budget like we do our own budget at home. And with me being a retired individual, I didn't get new signs. My sign says re-elect Tony Hull for utility commissioner. So what I plan on doing is on most of them, just painting utility out, because I'm not going to spend that much money.
Tony, I need to jump in. It's really not fair to talk
Oh, it's not, I'm sorry.
election stuff.
Okay,
So, because not everybody has that
that's right,
same.
that's right. I apologize. There again, I screwed up. My apologies. Okay,
I don't think it's gonna,
with that, I make a motion we adjourn.
second that.
I've got one other thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't forget about citywide cleanup.
Oh,
That's October 5th.
That's correct.
Yes. Yep. So,
okay.
okay, not bad.
Citywide cleanup, October 5th. Now, anyway, motion second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion passed 5-0.